was so worried about me hooking up with somebody at the club. Like, dude, we always get on the subject about sex. This man has told him that he can pay me for some poop. But the fact that you're willing to trick me out to your family and friends or whoever, hell no, that shit did not sit right with me. What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know y'all are here for a story time, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. But before we get to that, y'all go ahead, drop down below in the comment section, leave a hey girl, hey, what's up, big sis? All comments are always welcome and greatly appreciated. I just like to know that y'all are here and y'all are tuning in. As you have seen the title, you have some idea what this story is going to be about. So family, let's get to that story. So today I want to talk to y'all about the time that the guy that I had so much love for, he actually was probably the first guy that I loved, honestly. And no, it is not Savage. This was Mangler. Some of y'all might have heard about Mangler. I've gave a few story times about Mangler, mainly in our adult life. I didn't really talk about things that happened in our teenage years because he was the guy that I dealt with when I was in high school before Savage. He was the guy that I did a lot of experimenting with. Like, I went through a lot with him. We just used to have a good ass time. Like, we would kick it for real. Like, we was just down for one another for real. He knew that about me. He knew that I had his back and that he could call on me. It didn't matter when he called me. I was jumping to do shit for him because, you know, we had that bond or whatever. But I was kind of like pushing him away during those years and not trying to take it serious and be his girlfriend because I wasn't ready for all of that. I didn't start trying to say, hey, I want a boyfriend until I met Savage, y'all. But this story not about Savage, it's about Mangler. But we're not going to talk too much about Savage in this story time. Even though, you know, I've always mentioned that he was around in and out of my life for multiple years. He's probably the longest standing friend with a guy that I've had. Like, he's probably the only guy that has been in my life the longest as far as like friendships and things like that. Somebody that I used to date, of course, but we were friends before anything, and we remained friends throughout the years. And so I just finally decided to just cut him out. Like, no, because yeah, we ain't gonna get about that. We ain't gonna get deep about that. But okay, so like I said, Mangler, I know he wanted more with me, but I didn't really want it like that. I was cool with what we were. We basically was like friends with benefits, if you will, truth being told, because we did a whole lot, and we just did a lot of stuff together, basically. So here it is in our adult years, and at this point in time, I have come back home from college. I was just working in the city or whatever, and I would see him out because we were hanging some of the same circle of people. We would be at some of the same clubs and bars, and during this time, our city had plenty of them. It was something to do every day of the week, and I probably went out every day of the week. And so I would see him out at a lot of spots that we used to like to frequent. And of course, he would be all in my face, worried about who I'm talking to, like, are you finna talk to somebody here tonight? Are you gonna link up? Like, he was so worried about me hooking up with somebody at the club. Like, dude, I'm like, no, I am not trying to hook up with random ass dudes. Granted, I've met guys and I've dated guys from the club, but it wasn't nothing like what he was talking about. Unlike him, he was hooking up with chicks, and yeah, he was meeting chicks and hooking up with them fast because that's just the type of time he was on. And I knew that, and I was fine with it. But it got to a point where he was just like trying to be serious with me. I say, you know what? Okay, we can try to date for real. So I didn't like cut people out, and I wasn't expecting him to just cut people completely off because we're young, we're single, we're dating. You're not supposed to put all your eggs in one basket, and I wasn't expecting him to do that. But what I wasn't okay with, well, I'm gonna get to it, y'all. So yeah, like I said, we're in this space where we're trying to take one another serious. We're actually going on real dates, something we never really did. And like I said, he could call me any time of the day, and I was up and gonna do stuff for him. Like, he's like, hey, can I have you go this and that, or can you come ride with me? I just wanted to be around him, and I'm sure he wanted to be around me. That's how he made it seem. And I was okay with that, especially if I was free and I wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And during this time, I was working, but baby, if I wanted to quit a job, I definitely would have quit a job. I definitely was on that type of time then, so. But no, I didn't start working for no dude because, baby, that ain't ever been that. But I definitely would call out if I wanted to hang with him and I went off and he was doing something I really wanted to do. So fast forward, like I said, we really close at this point, and his uncle's birthday is coming up. So he was like, hey, can you go pick up this gift for my uncle? It's gonna be at this jewelry store, and it's gonna and they're gonna put it in a box and wrap it this, that, and the third. I want you to see this is what it's supposed to look like. He sent me something, and my thing is, I'm like, why can't he go get something? Especially if you spent this much money on something, you should have made time to go pick up something that you spent a lot of money on. But he couldn't get off, and I guess he told them, because matter of fact, I actually have gone in there with him a couple of times. He was already looking at this particular gift he was going to give his uncle sometime before, you know, sometime before. He went in there a lot, and I was going there with him because he was that type dude. He loved jewelry, and he worked and spent his money on jewelry. So they knew who I were. It don't really matter. Some kind of way he arranged for me to come get it. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come get it, whatever, because it was his uncle's birthday. And he was like, I just want you to get it and just go to the house and wait on him to come, or wait on me or whatever, and just chill out there. He said, you can chill out there. Anybody gonna be there, you can just chill out there. Mind you, I've been to the house before, and I've met his uncle, but never did I think that his uncle stayed there. Like, he would be there, and he'd be there chilling with they folks, but he wouldn't be back off in the rooms and all that. He'd be outside, or he'd dip off and leave and go do whatever he was doing. And this was on a couple occasions. You know, I would be there during the day and see the family. Because at this point in time, he was staying with his grandmother. So, yeah, like I said, the uncles and all that shit would be over there at times. Mom or whoever. Cousins or whoever. It don't really matter. His family would be there at times, and I, you know, would see them. So, anyway, like I said, the day comes for me to get the jewelry, and I go to the house, and I chill out there. I'm there for a few hours. Nobody's there. I had a TV. I'm upstairs in Mangla's room. I got a TV on, but I ain't got it real high, you know, because I'm in somebody else's house. I need to hear what's going on around me. Like, I don't care how comfortable I am being at this house. I need to, you know, be on high regard, be on alert. I don't know. Like, it could be a setup. I don't know. My mind was thinking all kinds of stuff. Like, what if he's trying to say I don't know. I didn't really trust a lot of people at this point in my life. I still don't trust a lot of people at this point in my life. But even then, like, I trusted him, but then he would be so wishy-washy with things. So, I don't know, y'all. I just was thinking all kinds of stuff at this time. I just know I were. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm there for a few hours, and then eventually I hear somebody come through the door downstairs, and it's a guy, and it's the uncle voice, because I know the uncle voice, and it wasn't nobody else with him, you know, that I know of. I didn't try to go rush down to go see anyway. You don't run to the situation, right? You try to hide, right? But no, so yeah, but you can tell he was on the phone, and he had the person on the speakerphone, and the person that was on the speakerphone was Mangla. And you know, they chit-chatting, whatever, having conversation, laughing, joking, talking trash, you know, about whatever. And he's like, yeah, oh, my girl, she upstairs, whatever, she got something to give you. I got you something. She's gonna give it to you. You know, I got some gifts and shit for you. I'm thinking like some gifts. I only got one gift, maybe. You know, that's what I'm thinking. And oh, the gift he got y'all was a really nice watch. I cannot think of what watch this was, but it was a really nice watch. And it was popping then. I don't know. Some kind of little colorful watches or whatever. But anyway, so yeah. He's like, just call her. And I'm hearing all this conversation because at this point, I just had the TV because I didn't know what's going on. And then I'm trying to ear hustle on that conversation because I want to know what they talking about. Mind you, like I said, I know he was dating different people, whatever. I was hanging out with him and one girl that I knew he was talking to. And y'all, this girl, what I want to call her? I'm going to call her Nay. So I met Nay back when I was in high school, but she didn't go to our high school. I met Nate at a vocational program that her school had. Mind you, I took cosmetology in my high school, but for some reason my senior year when I got back into that class, they sent me to their school, their vocational program to take it. So I was able to, and I was the only one that went over there too. So I would get on the bus. It was some other people that went to this same vocational school for different things, but I was the only one from my high school that went for cosmetology. And so, you know, I got to meet those ladies over there, cool ass chicks or whatever, you know. Yeah, I got to be cool with them girls over there, and that's when I met Nay. Now, fast forward, he comes and get me one day, and Nay is in the car with him. So I'm like, damn, I know this girl. So, you know, I didn't really say anything right away, because I don't know if she, like, peeped that it was me. I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe she was trying to act like she didn't know who I was. But we eventually did talk, and I was like, you know, you remember me from the... She's like, oh, yeah, I remember you from Miss So-and-so class. I'm not going to say who the class it was. Or whatever. So, and then I told him, you know, some other day. I didn't even tell him the same day. She may have told him, but I told him. He was like, oh, okay, that's what's up, you know. He's like, okay, cool. So y'all should be comfortable being around each other often. I'm like, yeah, it don't matter. I'm cool. You know, like I said, I'm a girls when it's necessary. Put it like that. Like, I'm not the friendliest, but I'm open to, you know, have new friendships, but I have to feel you out for real. And me and her, we just naturally was cool. In the classroom, she was kind of like, you know, up under her homegirls. Then they definitely was a little younger than me, and they kind of act like it. But you know, she was like a grade or two under me or something. I don't know. Yeah, like I think they was like sophomores or some shit. It don't really matter. So yeah, and they acted like it. But anyway, so we was cool or whatever, and you know, he was eating that shit up because in his mind, he gonna hook up with me and this girl together. That's what he wanted. So anyway, like I said, I'm at the house this particular day, and so the uncle calls my phone or whatever. He's like, hey, yo, I'm downstairs. My nephew said you got something for me. I mean, when you get ready, come bring it to me. I'm gonna be chilling out here for a little minute. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm about to come down right now. I throw on some house shoes that he had up there, because I done took my shoes off. I think I had some sandals or something on. And I go downstairs and, you know, go down there and chit chat with the uncle, handing his gift. He opened his gift, y'all, and it was this nice ass watch, like I told y'all. And we just talking shit. We just having a good conversation. And I don't know what it is about certain people when they get around me. We always get on the subject about sex. It be something leading to sex during this time anyway with me. It didn't matter if it was women, men, they would always bring up sex and me and them. And I'm like, okay. And he didn't like come right off with it, but somehow, like I said, he warmed his way into the conversation with me, and I'm gonna engage in the conversation because what we was talking about, I can't remember exactly, but I do know that we was like making fun of some porn. We was making fun of the women on the corn sites or whatever, like on the corn. Like we was talking about corn, y'all. Y'all know what I mean by corn. And I was like, yeah, sometimes I feel like they be doing too much. They be extra fake money because they trying to get their money up. And some of the women probably can't feel it. Like we was having conversations like that. Somehow we got on this conversation. Then he was talking, yeah, I like when a woman can play with herself. He's like, I be feeling like you gotta really be in tune with your body to just play with yourself like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah. I said, yeah, you know what? A lot of women, they probably not as secure in themselves to perform and act in front of a guy. I mean, are y'all comfortable with performing and act in front of your dude? Like, have y'all ever just sat there and let him watch y'all do that? I know that's TMI, but I'm just saying, like, this is a real ass channel. Like, I'm gonna just keep it 100. So I'm like, you know, I can honestly say, I ain't never been shy to be like that, but my thing is, you gotta be that dude to bring certain things out of me. Like, not every woman and every man will bring out a certain side of you. It just ain't for everybody. Like, it gonna be a natural thing. And that's what I was trying, that's the conversation we was having. I was like that shit gotta be natural between us. Like, the chemistry, the sexual chemistry gotta be a natural thing. It cannot be forced, or I would not give you my all, and I would not do no stuff like that. So like I said, we was having a conversation like that. He was like, so shit, yeah, my nephew also told me that you know, you got a gift for me. I was like, what gift? I said, no, I don't. Why would he lie like that? He's like, no, you the gift. He said, shit, I should unwrap you. I was like, nah, he ain't told you no stuff like that. Like, why would he say something like that? He's like, no, seriously. He told me, this is the message. Y'all, how about this man show me a message of Michael saying, yeah, so she gonna take care of you. This my down chick, my ride or die chick, my bottom bitch, she gonna take care of you.
Oh, so I'm the bottom bitch now.
He's like, yeah, and it's supposed to be, man, another one of y'all little homegirls. I done seen her come over here to look. He was talking about Nay, y'all. He's like, yeah, you know, he told me how y'all be, you know, y'all his bottom bitches, and y'all bringing in that paper for him. Who the fuck he talking to? I said, who bringing in paper for who? Y'all little thing going, y'all a team. I said, no, we ain't no team, nothing. He's like, no, that ain't what he's saying. And so, y'all, basically, this man has told him that he can pay me for some poop. Excuse me? Baby, I don't sell coochie over here. Like, and he's showing me, like, yeah, he's saying, you cool with it. Huh? I am so confused, y'all. Now, no time have Mangler ever made me feel like he was trying to put me off on other men. And I'm gonna say this right here. Anytime you with somebody, male, female, and they willing to share you with somebody else, that is not your person. That person, they may love you, have some love for you, but that is not your person. And honestly, I feel like you really don't love me for real if you're willing to give me up to your family or whoever, and I have no knowledge for real. Now, you know in your damn mind, you ain't had this conversation with me. He might have had that conversation with Nay, because I've come to find out he definitely was pimping Nay out. Because I went and asked, I called her and asked her, I said, so are you and Mangler out here turning tricks? He got you turning tricks? Because his uncle done told me, you know, I done asked her this question after I dipped out from over there, y'all. And she was like, yeah, girl, I've been bringing in this, that, and there. I got me some loyal clients or whatever. Like, yeah, that's what we've been doing. She was like, he said you was getting started doing it too. No, I ain't getting started doing the shit. We ain't had this type of conversation. So he didn't sit up here and told this girl some shit, I guess just to get her on board. Because like I said, all of us had been hanging out together. Me, her, him, and a few other people. We had been, you know, hanging out tough. And I'm guessing he done told her that I'm doing the same type of shit. Oh no, baby, he done ebony you. Oh shit. Is that the way I want to see? No, baby. He done made a fool out of you. He done ebony you. And what I mean by he done ebonied her. I done made a word up, y'all. Basically, the chick from Players Club then talked all this shit to Ebony to get her to be cool with the shit she was trying to get this girl to do. Like, no, hell no. He didn't boost your head up, baby. He got you brainwashed. Cause Tig ain't finna do no type shit like that. I was so pissed off. I was fuming. I was like, no, this motherfucker didn't. And then on top of that, I instantly was like, damn, like all that shit he was saying, all them feelings he saying, was lying to my face. I was cool with you talking to the little chick, whatever, you know, but because I was talking to other people. But the fact that you're willing to trick me off to your family and friends or whoever, hell no, that shit did not sit right with me. Y'all, I was like, let me get the fuck up out this house. I said, I need to go because no. So I sprinted up the steps. I went up there and got my little bags and shoes, whatever. And y'all, don't y'all know this man made me feel like he was finna fucking have me in their hostage because he would not like get out the door. He just was begging me to stay, y'all. I was like, oh hell no, like I am not on this type of time. I am not one of them. I'm not here for that. I would have never came over here and did this for him had I known that this is the type of time he was on, because I never agreed to this. I never even had a conversation with him. I said, I don't even know nothing about him and Nate on this type of time. Like, I did not know none of this shit until I talked to Nate. Because I did not talk to Mangler. I did not call him. I was so fucking mad, y'all. I did not talk to that man for a few weeks. Like, he just kept calling me and texting me. And I eventually, I was ignoring the shit out of him. I eventually was like, I'm gonna hit you back later. I said, no. I said, I'm gonna talk to you when I'm ready to talk to you. I don't feel like talking right now. He's like, so you mad about that? You damn right I'm mad about that shit. Because we ain't never had this type of conversation. And the fact that you got this man thinking that, I said, and then on top of that, he wouldn't fucking let me out the goddamn house. Like, he kept trying to hold me in the goddamn house. Like, I really thought it was gonna be something different, y'all. It could have went a whole motherfucking way. And here I am, trying to be a good friend, good girlfriend, or whatever you want to call me. And, you know, fuck what you on this. You know, being up, it ain't like I ain't never been around his folks, been around this uncle before. But it was never on no shit like this. And I would have never agreed to no shit like that. So, y'all, I was so damn hurt about that. And honestly, that was the last time, like, I really fucked with him for real. Like, I would speak to him or whatever, but I could not be around him. I did not trust him. I think another time that I did hang out with him, it was with a group of people. Like, it was a lot of us. We had all linked up at the same spot or something. And of course, you know, when you got mutual friends, y'all gonna see one another. So we was at somebody's shit. I can't even remember what that was, but I do remember him being there. And he was just trying to butter me up and talk to me all sweet and shit. Like, baby, I'm sorry. Like, I should have talked to you, asked you. Yeah, I shouldn't have assumed. No, you damn right you shouldn't have assumed. And number one, you should have thought that I was gonna be on this type of time with you anyway. And you know what, y'all? I actually recall a time back when we were in high school. He was trying so hard to get me to sleep with him and his best friend, y'all. Like, and the crazy thing is, him and his best friend had fell out for this same shit. But I do remember a time of them saying that they joked about all of us having an orgy. Like me, them, and some old people, and some old chicks and stuff. Because, you know, we would hang out in groups like that. Like, they joked about that shit all the time. And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm concerned, they definitely had that with some of them chicks that we would hang around. Some of them other girls that would be around, they definitely probably was on this type of time with them. But of course, me, I'm a prude. I ain't on this type of time with them. But I don't know, y'all. Like, that shit made me not want to talk to him for a very long time, because I honestly felt violated. I felt disrespected. I felt violated. And I was so disappointed because I did not expect him to put me in a position like that. That made me feel like you don't give a shit about me if you're willing to give me to other people, share me with other people. Me hanging around you and that chick was one thing, and you could have possibly got what you wanted to get from me and this girl. But my thing is, don't try to hold me or pimp me out to motherfuckers to get me on this type of time. You ain't got to do all that to get me to be on this type of time with you. But the fact that you're trying to sell my body parts, oh no, you have lost all. I have lost all respect for you. You have lost all trust in me. Because how I know you ain't going to put me in a situation when it's just me and you, and you going to put me in a room with some random ass people, and now I'm in prayer. I ain't got no choice but to sell my ass. Yeah, it wasn't for to be there, y'all. So yes, y'all, I'm not gonna drag this out. I just want to tell y'all about the time that me and Mangala actually fell out, and why we fell out, y'all. Like, nigga tried to put me out here like I'm one of the hoes on Lamar or something. And if you from Memphis, you know what I mean. About Lamar Street. Got me out here, mister. No. Bitch, I'm stingy. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna stop this video right here. Y'all go ahead and drop down below in that comment section. Let's chat. As in always, comments are always welcome. Just keep them respectful. We can talk about whatever here. Just don't be doing too much on here, because I can go and block your ass. And if you want to go create another page, you're weird. You're doing too much. You might as well subscribe. Don't just be watching as a random. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, y'all. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you out in my next video. Bye.